Hello everyone, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess, and I'm here to do your bonus read for today, which will be, oh that's not very nice jumping out of the pack, really. Your bonus read for today, I thought I'd do the Karma Twin Flame Soulmate read. It seems to be very popular. I think a lot of people are on a bit of a journey at the moment. We've got very lively cards today, so that's always good when the cards want to talk to us. So if my readings don't resonate, please feel free to move on to the next reader. I want to say a quick thank you to all the people who have subscribed to my channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please, I'd love to have you on board. So if you like my readings, press the little red subscribe button underneath. Now it's really funny before, because the wish cards jumped out twice there. Before it was so bright in here and I couldn't see the cards because of the glare, and now it's dark. So you'll see the cards better, but it's a little bit dark, so hopefully you'll be able to still see what I'm pulling out here. Okay, cards are ready. All right, bottom of the deck is the Knight of Cups. Ooh, offer coming in, people. No, it's still a bit glary. Offer coming in. Someone's bringing an offer. I like the Knight a little better than a Page because it means someone is ready to take action with this offer. They really are ready to do something now. So it's not a little offer anymore, it's a little big. So it's not a Page who's coming in to say, hey, how about a date? This is someone coming in to say, you mean a little bit more to me than just a date. It's a very nice way to start the reading. Very nice. Now you could be dealing with a water sign too, people. Better mention that. So you could be dealing with Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer here. Okay, first card out. Nice. Cards are all over the place today. We have the Seven of Swords. Now, I know people like to see this as being dishonest, and I feel like it's like some of the other cards in the deck where they're getting a bit of a raw deal, like the King of Swords. You can feel the King of Swords when he comes out in a reading as a bad energy, without any doubt whatsoever, but he's not always bad. Yes, he's a bit direct, but he's not always a bad man. So the Seven of Swords, people see this as being sneaky. This man see him running away from camp and he's got 5 swords in his hand and he's left 2 behind. Now often when this comes up in readings, I see this as a chance for you to get out of town. You pack up your stuff, what you need, and go. So swords represent your thoughts, feelings and ideas. If he was running out with money in his hand, or pentacles, perhaps he'd be a bit of a thief, but in this particular instance, I see him as escaping with his thoughts, his ideas, his experiences. So something's telling me at the moment you're going through something where you need to move on. Okay, the next card out is the Five of Wands. It could be that you've been experiencing some conflict with someone. The Five of Wands can also be internal conflict, so I won't discount that. But in this particular picture, he's having bickering and arguing with other people. I've got to say to you, there's a bit of a feeling of jealousy here. There's definitely a feeling of jealousy. So I'm not sure what you're walking away from, but you can see him looking back at these wands and the people sitting on the ground here. I feel like perhaps that you've encountered some either jealousy or spiteful people, and you're feeling you may need to move away from it. Okay, the next card out is the Fool. So whatever it is, you're pretty much leaving it behind in order to make a new start. So maybe you've had problems with someone who was deceitful. It's very possible now looking at this. Maybe you fought and argued with them and realised that it's time for you to move on and have a brand new start. So the Fool talks about taking a leap of faith, and I think sometimes when we're in relationships or, in situationships where we are not getting back what we think we should, or that people aren't always, and the Seven of Swords can do that too. It can show up when people aren't investing what they should be investing too. They're taking too much and not leaving enough for you. So maybe in this particular regard, you may love that person, but it still may be time for you to just make a fresh start, because you may be loving on them a little bit more than they're loving you back. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Cups. So we're moving away from, and it's funny because the daily read was like this too. Sometimes when you move away and you take the approach that something doesn't serve you and you deserve better, sometimes the universe rewards you with something really good. So you find people walk out of really ho-hum relationships to walk into something that is a dream come true. And I feel like some of you are doing this at the moment. You're choosing to walk away from something that doesn't serve you because you know you deserve better. Okay, and the next card out is the Justice card. Yay. Okay, so for a lot of you here, you could be walking away from what they call karmic relationships in order to find your true love, because that is what it's looking like here. So maybe you were in this relationship, you've been plumbing in everything you could do, and the other person's just not giving anything in return. And you've been fighting about this, and you're now choosing to walk away, and the universe is saying, yep, that's what we wanted you to do. You value yourself, you know your self-worth, and somehow this is the end of a karmic situation. You know, I mean, this can also talk about balancing things out. You know, being able to understand that what you're in at the moment isn't an equal give and take. Okay, so then we have the Queen of Wands. So it could be that you're dealing with someone who's a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, male or female. Or it could be that you're taking on this energy, and I feel like perhaps some of you are taking on this energy at the moment because this queen feels attractive, she's confident, she's beautiful, she knows her value, she knows her worth, she's ready to, you know, start new things, she has great intuition, I feel, and she has her wand too, which of course is new growth on the wand. She's ready to move ahead, and I feel like some of you who are walking away are not grieving so much about this relationship because you feel so damn fine. So, okay. Next card out is the Moon. There were too many secrets here. You don't want to be dealing with secrets. You don't want to be dealing with secrets. You're ready to move on. Now, this can mean too that even though you've moved on, there's still stuff that's hidden from you that you don't know about. So whether or not you choose to just leave this behind. I feel like you're going away without actually knowing what was going on. And then comes in the Temperance. There's a few major arcanas here, guys. Four major arcanas. The Temperance talks about bringing in a sense of balance. And this is where you are at the moment. I think that you're moving out of this relationship or this conflict or this situation, possibly a karmic one, and the reason you're going is because you haven't lost your balance despite the fact you've put everything into this. Look at you still understand the need for balance. You've got 1 foot on the land, 1 foot in the water, 1 cup full of water, 1 up, 1 down. Everything's in balance here, and this is where you are now in the Queen of Wands. So I think that you've come out of this come out of this relationship not feeling too, shattered by it. It's almost like you've realized that, for a relationship to work, both parties have to put in the same amount. I say the same, and I don't want everybody to go, 50 cents, 50%, 50%. No, I don't mean like that. I mean, if you're loving on someone and investing all your time and energy in someone and they're just not giving anything back, that's the sort of balance that you need. I'm not talking about sharing the vacuuming or, sharing the housework, cooking the dinners. Not that. Perhaps that's some of it, because that still shows someone loves and respects you enough to help out. But what I'm really talking about is the level of emotion and investment here. But you've definitely realised how that needs to work, which is a good thing. And look what you're moving on to, a passionate new start. So a very similar theme to the daily read, only this one's probably specifically about a relationship that you're moving on from. So this new start is being brought to you. It's a gift from the universe for doing what you needed to do. And I feel like here, look, this new growth is so important because you've already started to understand that. You've started to understand the real idea of give and take in relationships. You've really understood your true value here. And that's pretty amazing, because often we come out of relationships feeling very beat up and very disappointed. And at the front is the King of Pentacles, so you're very grounded now. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Capricorn, Virgo, but the Taurus is in the front here. But I feel like this is you. I feel like you've reached this sense of yourself, that you're really in a great place. You feel like you haven't suffered too badly through this process. And if this is a karmic relationship, I can tell you someone is on their way to you now. There's definitely a feel that you're onto something, especially with the 2 cards here. You just have to remember that you're not going to know exactly what went wrong here, and that's okay. You don't need closure. You know what you need. But definitely a feeling of moving on to something much better. And definitely a feeling that it was some sort of karmic lesson here, because you're definitely being rewarded for it. The universe has seen you do what you needed to do, and perhaps the other person didn't. So you've done your lessons. You've learned from this. And they're probably going to be left behind wondering what went wrong. But that's their lesson, of course. Okay, and your card here is goals. Progress is positive and personal goals will be achieved. Very nice. So you've definitely put this in front of you and you know what you want. You're very strong at the moment going after this. That's a really nice reading. And very straightforward, which was nice. You know me, I love a good story. Thanks, guys.